We're here, yay! We're live. Hey, you noticed the new uncluttered look?
Yeah.
We'd like to thank our sponsor, my wife, for giving me the heads up that we're a bit cluttered. Anyway, this is Shane, this is Hero, Melody, Jeffrey, over there, and we're live in the TheCamel live stream, ready to ruffle some feathers, upset people. But first of all, to all our American friends, fireworks, 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 fireworks. Oh, say, can't you see? Happy 4th of July. 4th of July is Independence Day.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Watch the movie. Right.
Yeah.
Was that Will Smith?
I believe so.
Are we allowed to talk about Will Smith? I don't know. Anyway, Independence Day saw a great version of the national anthem, Joe Bonamassa. For those that don't know, Joe Bonamassa, one of the greatest blues guitarists out there today. That was good. And we're going to get into it straight away. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, hang on, I'll just wipe the tears from my eyes as we have a very sad hero.
Yeah.
Melody, very sad moment in the history. One of our sponsors has been given the flick. So there's no more Pantene, ladies and gentlemen, because it became too woke. And we're a non-denominational live stream. We can't get involved in politics or anything, so we are Pantene. Thanks very much. So, Hero, announce your new sponsor.
Yeah. So the sponsor for today is Cream Silk.
Yay! Cream Silk! Don't worry about that. We expect boxes.
Yeah. Because, be conditioned for greatness.
And what's the name of the company again?
Cream Silk.
Cream Silk. Yay,
I'm
thank
also
you.
using cream silk for my hair.
Oh, you use Cream Silk too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
As we say in the Philippines, baka naman.
And I use...
What? Gillette.
I don't use anything. I use Gillette on my head.
Yeah.
But I want to thank also... who made my shirt?
Yes.
Yes, for my shirt. But anyway, let's enough of them. You know, that's shocking. I should be ashamed of myself. The unadulterated promotion of what do you want my shirt? I can tell already, Joe, mate. You're looking at this shirt and you're thinking if you die, can you leave it in your will? I don't move my head. How can you tell me that? That's all I ever do.
Yeah.
I'm like one of those little wobble.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Direction our mic.
All right. We're going to go. We're going to start on ruffling some feathers. This is the Wall-E chat. Where is he? Where's Wall-E? Here he is. This is we decided to name this after Wall-E, AI Weekly Yarn. For those people that are not Australian, a yarn is a chat. But we've also got to thank our sponsors there, Pixar Animation Studios and Walt Disney Pictures.
Yeah, we're not owning any rights for Wall-E. We're just using
No,
it.
Wall-E's got nothing. Okay, so if you want to sue us, you can't because we're giving you a big shout out to mention there. So here we go. What we want to talk about today is, we mentioned that part of AI, one of the things you really got to look at doing is upping your skill set, kids. Now, Why am I saying that? Do you know who is losing the greatest amount of jobs? I'm glad you asked that. The AI industry itself, right? They're like killing themselves. They're developing all this wonderful technology, but what they're doing is slowly but surely, the greatest job losses through AI are in the tech industry. So what they do is that they'll invent some AI thing. It'll get better and better, and next thing the boss will say, sorry about that. You're no longer wanted. But when I studied it this week, I found out some interesting things. When we talk about upskilling, okay, the base salary, right, for a senior software engineer, we're talking senior, right? We're talking big. In the USA, currently is $171,000 a year. Would you get? I'd get up out of bed for that. That's more. That's more than what I make. Right? That's crazy. 171. So if you're a senior software engineer, you get 171 grand a year. Dun, 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 dun. Wait for it, folks. Drum roll, please. If you have AI skills, okay, so you've got them up there, you've got that on your resume. You know, I can speak French. I'm a really good cook. Oh, and by the way, I've got AI skills. Remember, 171,000 for a senior software engineer. What do you reckon someone who's a senior software engineer but has AI skills, what do you reckon they get a year? Have a guess.
Definitely a lot more.
Hey, there's a politically correct answer.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot there. We'd like to thank our sponsors, jw.org, because that gives their honesty. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's probably double, please.
It's pretty close.
Really?
Give the man a packet of choo-choos or whatever, right? Anyway, here's the point. A base salary is $171,000. But if you have AI skills listed and you can prove that you can do these wonderful, marvelous things, $373,000 a year is the average salary in good old Silicon overpriced Valley.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of almost double.
It's almost double.
Wow.
So what that proves is the benefit of upskilling,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Okay. So if you're looking to thrive in the tech industry and beyond, you better brush up on your AI skills, ladies and gentlemen. And then that leads me to the Wall-E Weekly Yarn. What we're going to talk about, because we promised, you know, last week,
Yeah.
I had a, what's that called, a moment,
Yeah.
right? Thank you, Jesus, right? I had a moment where I've decided, no, I'm going to get a bag. I'm accepting, seeing as we're putting so much AI
Yeah.
emphasis
We're
in the
giving
camel.
them a very big exposure.
Yeah, we're giving you a huge exposure. And we're just, imagine all the people going to apply for a job now.
Yeah.
Half of India is getting out their resume now and putting AI,
For sure.
right?
It has to be.
They're getting ChatGPT to write it, right? Say how good I am about AI,
Yeah.
right? I want the $371,000, ladies and gentlemen. But what we want to talk about today was, what was it? Oh, yeah. What was it? The difference between agencies.
Oh,
Old school,
Versus
new
AI.
school. And then I'm going to give the big thingy. I couldn't think of a better word than
Yeah.
thingy.
We normally use that, so if you
Thingy.
hear it a lot, yeah.
Thingy's a good word.
It's usually the word to replace anything we don't know
Yeah.
what to say.
Thingy.
It's the thingy. What do you mean? The thingy.
Yeah.
The answer.
Yeah, that's true.
The crystal ball
Yeah.
on who's going to win and who's going to lose.
Yeah.
All right?
Conclusion, something like that.
And I'm telling you, what was that word?
Conclusion.
God, JW. It's unbelievable. Not only that, right? LaSalle is another one of your sponsors because LaSalle College, right? Because they're taught her to be smarter than every other bugger. You remind me of Moomy, you know. Moomy will come up, I'll go, what's that word? And she'll go, boom. Do you learn that at LaSalle? Like, did the teacher stand up and go, what's that word?
I probably got this from my
And all the cum laudes and everything, you go, that's the word, right? Oh, God, drives you mad. How embarrassing. You know, I dropped out at third form. I don't even know how to spell some of these words, right? But I know how to use them. Okay, so what we're going to look at is there was this fantastic survey, right? What did you get off there? Fantastic survey from digital marketing agencies, traditional versus AI digital companies. And who did it? Matrix Marketing Group. Better give them a shout out. because we're stealing. Oh, no, we're borrowing
We're
their stuff.
We're referencing their work.
So now what I want to do is I want to quickly go through what they consider disadvantages of the traditional. Now, understand, this is the sad part, right? 6 months ago, what are we in now? So November, AI ChatGPT gets launched November. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. 9 months ago, this was normal.
Yep. True.
What? But now they call it a
Disadvantage.
just another smarty pants. Did you go to SAP?
No.
What, did you go all the way through? Are you a degree holder?
Yep. I am.
Smart ass. Right? I got a degree in BS.
Yes.
Okay, so am I yelling too much?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
You're spooking Sir J more.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The thing is, that's your your normal volume.
oh, can I move it down? You put it up there. You bloody assaulted me when you put it on. Hang on. Close your eyes. This is R-rated.
We're being
Oh, flag it.
All right.
flag it.
Flag it. Is
censor
that better?
it,
You happy now?
Put some pixels.
We can't
over
have
it.
J-Mar whinging.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, don't
Right.
sue me. You can't sue me. All right. How's that? Better now? Yep. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, 9 months ago, that's normal, what we're about to go through. So what's the problem now? In 9 months, first of all, the traditional agency has limited scalability, has slower response time, has time-consuming data analysis. Big one, potential for human error. Right? One of the biggest, what do you call that when we lose money? What's that? One of the biggest.
Liabilities.
One.
Liability is much better.
Oh,
It's gonna be a guessing game for now.
one of the
Who can
biggest.
guess the word?
Hey, we've talked about this before. One of the biggest liabilities in the camel is when we have human error.
Yeah. It's one of the holy trifecta of the liability.
The holy trifecta. Oh, the holy trifecta.
If you get all three.
Now we don't have it often, folks, but
Yeah.
when we do have them, they're good. I'll tell you. So the old human error,
They are interesting.
less personalisation at scale, limited operating hours because humans are humans,
Yeah.
right? Costlier services because people want to earn money. Look at those software engineers.
Yeah.
They want $371,000 if they've got AI skills.
You're paying for the
Right.
expertise.
So
Yeah.
what they're saying is they're the problems, and it's going to be a problem
Yeah.
in the future.
For sure.
And the future's it's already here, right?
Yeah.
It's only 9 months old. But already,
Yeah, it hasn't even been a year.
yeah,
Yeah. It shook the world.
it shocked the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what we've got here is if we look now at the AI-driven agency, what's their advantages? And there's 7 of them, right? Where is it again? Okay, it's a data-driven decision-making. It's not hold your finger up in the air, grab a bit of paper and say, oh, blah, blah, blah. No. And it's quick,
It's quick.
Yeah.
right? We ask ChatGPT a question, boom,
Yeah.
away it goes. Automated processes. You know, we've been talking about this at the Camel for years.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to automate more, right? But there's a silver lining on this cloud, kids,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
Predictive analysis. This is what makes an AI-driven agency so much better. They have got all this stuff. When you ask it a question, it's drawing on the entire internet if you use Bard,
It's true.
Yeah.
right? Rather than me going, give me the top 10 shampoos in the Philippines.
Yeah. It
Right.
does the thing for you.
Yeah, if I would have asked ChatGPT
It gives you the report.
straight away,
Yeah.
Not just the raw data.
Yeah, they add in a lot more details than what you can find if you just do a normal search.
personalisation at scale, AI is not affected, doesn't get a headache, doesn't get pain in the stomach, loose bowel syndrome, nothing, right? And the busier you get, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just learns more.
And you don't have to hire another Wall-E,
Yeah.
right? You just keep whamming it with questions.
That's it.
You know, you get the commercial version. Am I hurting your ears still? You get the commercial version of ChatGPT or Bard, and everyone in the joint can use it. Right?
Yeah.
So you can go to scale. Right? Performance optimization, advanced tools and technology. Well, it's only 9 months, and already
Yeah. The change
It's
it introduced is
Yeah.
tremendous.
increasing, and increasing.
there's zillions of them.
Yes.
CM, who looks after all our product of the Camel, he showed me that thing, which was like a supermarket of AI. He showed me that a month or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's now tripled
Yep.
the amount of, as I said, would you like AI with that when you order a hamburger? Right? That's what it's got. There is just so much out there. Last week we demonstrated what Duda are doing, right? And it was a big thing. Paul Lanseri asked this week, do we know what Duda's doing? Now, I'm in the cone of silence, right? So I can't say anything.
Okay.
But if you reckon GoDaddy's done some amazing stuff, wait till you see Duda, kids. That's going to blow you away, right? Here's the big one. 24/7 operation.
Yeah.
Wally never sleeps.
You can't beat that.
You can't beat it. Right? Wally doesn't have an LBM.
Yeah.
Wally doesn't get
Tired.
tired. Wally doesn't have headaches.
Yeah.
Wally doesn't get affected by their football team loss. Wally doesn't have fights with girlfriends, boyfriends. Wally
Doesn't have leaves or holidays.
doesn't have leave, doesn't have holiday. My favourite public holiday, salam alaikum. Right? You know what I mean? It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And guess what? It doesn't need a drink. It doesn't need, I can drink water. I'm not saying alcohol. But while we're at it, Ballantine's, fantastic scotch. All right? Water, it doesn't need McDonald's at lunchtime.
Yeah.
Food Panda never comes to visit. So it goes 24/7 non-stop.
Yeah.
Whereas us poor little humans here are.
8 hours is a lot.
No, 8 hours.
By the 8-hour marker, like I say to myself, my brain is already fried. I need to take a rest.
Yeah, you're buggered,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get tired.
Yeah, and if you try to push it while you're tired, that's where the human errors come to face.
And that's it. So if you look at, if we were doing the, what is the Pareto? No, Pareto principles 80-20. The 50-50 thing, right? Where you've got to make a decision, you draw a line down the middle of a page, and you put the pros and you put the cons. We've just gone through the pros and the cons.
Yep.
And after 9 months, you might be saying, doesn't look good. But that's the fallacy, right? And this is what gave me my Road to Damascus revelation last week. This is why Wall-E has become so popular with us. Why? Because Wall-E is a beautiful, loving, caring robot. All right? So he becomes your friend when you're watching the movie, all right? So AI, that's how you've got to treat it.
Yep.
That it's going to become the friend of your business.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult for some people, Hero.
Yeah, because we'll get through the points later on.
We'll get through it.
Share our thoughts as well.
But let's quote a very, very, very well-known lady. She's the Chief Marketing Officer of JP Morgan Chase. For those that don't know, lived under a rock for 100 years. JP Morgan Chase is one of the largest banking institutions in the world. All right? She made a great statement about all this. She said, there are real people behind this data, which is why, and here's drum roll, why personalisation is so important. Folks, when I went through this, the secret is going to be what? It's the way the camel's chosen to go. The secret of this, are you a traditional agency and screaming and crying and turning into alcoholism the last 9 months, right? Going to church more than you've ever gone before, hitting the confessional box saying, oh, Father, I've sinned, right? Are you that? Or are you going to go full on AI and it's all going to happen? No. The answer is to do what the Camel's doing and what the real smart ones are doing and even what the lady at JP Chase said. What is it? Hybrid. Is that a good word?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Can I quote myself on that?
Yeah, sure.
Imagine that. You know that little box, Clarissa? We need to make a little cloud box that says the secret of success of AI is to go hybrid. Shane Hodge, CEO, TheCamel.com. And then I can get mentioned in Google.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna,
According to Shane, the CEO of
yeah.
Camel.
Yeah.
We're gonna have our digital marketing team work on that.
Yeah, I want that. And then I want the digital marketing team to SEO the crap out of it. So that way when you type thoughts on AI for a digital agency,
Shane Hodge.
up I'll come.
Yeah.
All right.
Fancy.
So, why?
Sorry.
Ask me.
Why?
Why?
Why? Close to you. That was Carpenters. On the day that you were born. You wouldn't know that song.
I know that.
You know that song.
Yeah,
Do you know
whenever
that song?
there's old music.
I think so. I'm familiar with
Do you
the
know
song.
my point on this old music? Mention Billy, SEO. Billy SEO champion, you're there. One thing, just quickly on music. I've still got time.
Yeah.
Just quickly on music. You notice,
Still have time.
right? I just started singing on the day that you were born. And if I sang that, I reckon every one of our million listeners out there, we've got 1 million people listening to us, right? Every one of those people out there would start going, close to you. What I want to know, if I start a rap song, how many of them out there would go, none, right? Because that music, the Carpenters, what's my Spotify thing? We were talking about this. Went to a funeral the other day, right? And it was dead silence. Pardon the pun. Dead silence. Funeral. You get it?
Yep.
That's a grandpa joke.
Yep.
Right. Anyway, I was there, and there was dead silence. God rest him. Beautiful man. Anyway, I said to Moomy, my beautiful wife, I said, listen, when I'm laying there, I want my Spotify.
Playing
What's it called?
the playlist.
I want my Spotify playlist.
Which playlist?
My 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
All right? I want that music playing in the background because I want people to walk in and go, close to you, and hand over money. Right, away you go.
Never mind.
Should I get back to where I was? Yeah, I should.
You should.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of your new shampoo?
Crimson.
Wow. I wanted him to pick Dove. But then we found out we'd be lying, and jw.org won't let us lie. Okay, so what's the difference, folks? Why is hybrid the way to go? First of all, we've got to thank Toyota a little bit for this, because when I started looking at the whole AI thing for the Camel, I studied it a lot, right? And Toyota was the one that gave me a lot of inspiration.
Inspiration inside.
I'm getting pretty good, I'm starting to get big words. See, you are impacting me, right? Okay, so what's the major difference? Human insight, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, personal touch. Number three, creativity. Number four, customized strategies. Number five, and this is the big one,
That's huge.
ethical considerations.
For sure.
Building relationships, another big one. Holistic approach, another big one. Right? While AI automation can offer benefits, the human touch provided by this sort of organisation is the thing that gives you a significant advantage. So, if I look, for instance, at Duda agencies, the ones that I admire most, right? If I look at Nat Rosasco, right, of Olive Street Design in Chicago, super successful. My age group. But what is it about Nat Rosasco? The personal touch, right? If I look at Fixate Media, right, Josh, one, he makes the most beautiful websites of all time, apart from JP, our boy, my boy JP, right? He makes beautiful websites. But what's the big difference? Personal service. If I look at AJ, who we all love AJ, right, a Create 8,
Yep.
what's the difference with AJ? Personalised service, right? And I could go through like Eva, Bill Scholler, name after name after name, right? Brownie, right? My mate in Australia, right, who does all those super websites, right? I love her, Vanessa Brown. Huge, but what is it about her? Personalised service. So, that's the key.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get away from it, hero.
Yep.
You've got to use AI,
not.
Melody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not anymore like an option. It will come to a point even now that you have to use some sort of AI in your work, or else you'll get left behind tremendously.
Yeah, the thing with digital agencies is we're not like more personalized business where we can afford to be protective of what we can do. With digital agencies, you have to adapt to new stuff. Otherwise, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of how you use it, actually, where just like with AI, you still have to remain upskilled. So you don't become obsolete.
No.
Yeah.
But you have to use AI for the legwork, for the analysis and stuff that you can, basically hand it over to AI. It's easier.
I agree. If I look at this human insight, by the fact that you work at AI, someone's got to input a question, someone's got to input data, someone's got to ask it stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And what it's going to give you back is unbelievable answers, right?
Super detailed.
Super detailed. And it's going to give you the best bang for your buck. Although I read a story yesterday. This guy, a month ago, asked ChatGPT, can you give me a plan to make a super successful business using $100?
Oh.
And it wrote him a business plan. And he followed it. He went broke in 3 weeks.
Aw.
Right? So it doesn't work for everything, right?
Yeah, the thing with AI is it's just based on the data it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some humans, especially since they're the consumers, they sometimes don't go with data. I've watched a video about fashion. It's like data-wise, this color and this color should be compatible.
Yep.
But when tested out with other people, they mark it as they don't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But data-wise, it should work.
Yeah.
So that's where the human insight comes in. It's
Yeah.
like
True.
AI is data driven, but humans, we're not always data driven. We
Yeah.
have our emotions, we have our creativity. We have to also take that into account when doing this stuff. That's
Exactly.
why personalization is becoming very important, because AI can do the general stuff. You can publish it out to the world, essentially, and it's growing and growing. The thing that will keep you up, keep you in the advantage, is having that creativity, your own style into
Yeah.
your services.
Wow.
It's just like with the camel. We've been talking about this, especially the past 2 weeks. We tend to go against the data. If we can see that, hang on, this is a bit tough, our gut feeling says that, with time you can do it. We push through it and we end up doing it. Data is not always.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
What AI does not have is this tried and true, before Jesus was born, method of making a decision called gut feeling. Right?
Take risks.
You've got to go with your gut sometimes. And it does go against. I mean, Melody said brilliant stuff. If you look at some of the stupid marketing decisions, right, that have been made, right, especially of lately with beer companies, sportswear companies, because the data has said, support this particular thing, and away you go, and that's a good idea. And what happens? The people revolt.
Yep.
Right?
Cancelled.
It's crazy. And they just all got cancelled. Look at Paul Pantene this morning. On the greatest, agency, the fastest growing live stream with Duda ever, we cancelled Pantene. And I bet you the marketing guys there were saying, that's impossible, that's impossible.
Yeah.
The data doesn't say so.
Yeah.
You can't beat, I love that gut feeling, and you can't beat, sometimes the data's wrong. And it may tell you, pink with purple spots, that's going to be the winner, and then you work it out that it's not. What's that one?
Got some comments. So we got AJ, hello.
Hey,
Martin.
AJ.
Dilly,
Martin.
hello.
Yeah, we better say hello to everyone. AJ, my man, happy 4th of July, bro. Billy Joe, we love you, brother.
AJ said AI won't ruin agencies. Agencies who use AI will ruin other agencies.
True.
Oh.
That's very bold and that's very true.
And I gave you a shout out too on your personalised service.
Yeah.
Right? But, you know, if I look at it, one of the things, if I look at my favourite designer, right? No disrespect to Josh at Fixate, right? Because Josh is a Picasso, right? But if I look at my most favourite designer, my boy, JP, right? JP is just a living legend, right? One, I'm the CEO, and he nails it. He knows what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He knows what I want. Like he did Wall-E, right? Just whipped it up in 5 seconds. But
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
now when he builds a website, right? Because you're a designer, you know design, right?
Yeah.
How much does JP go on his gut?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yep.
And that makes him a great designer. Like, if you think about it, I talk about we should become like Picasso or, you know, the greats like Monet, Picasso, Da Vinci, all these dudes, right? How much did they do from their gut,
Yeah.
from their memory?
Yeah, because that's probably a big factor for TheCamel as well. Because, you know, with our designs, every time someone orders, we create 2 versions, right?
2 versions.
First one is solely based on your requirements, whoever orders. The second one is up to us.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
how
second
we
one is-
think will look good for your site.
Yep. It's our decision. So we're going with our gut, we're going with our knowledge, with our skills.
So we get all Picasso
Yeah.
on the second one.
Yep. So every time it's such a big, well, it's an internal competition actually.
So
Oh,
are you
what gets
saying
picked?
That on the first version, we're giving it an AI version, really.
Yeah, it's a
Based-
data-driven
Yeah,
version.
based on the data that's been given to us.
And then we say now,
Here's
this
what we
is,
can do.
Wally's giving you the first one and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, and here's what we think.
Now let's
Adding a
give that
touch, yeah.
JP's version or whoever, because there's plenty of other great designers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I just use JP as a thing.
Yep.
Right? The other thing is the personal relationship side. Right? If I look at it, you know, we've won some huge deals, right? In the past now, and you know, we compete against people that are 100 times bigger than us,
For sure.
and we beat them. And how do we beat them? The relationships. Because we're so honest, we're so down to earth, we're so JW.org sponsored, right? And we're honest.
Yeah.
We don't go by the data. We go by our gut. We're honest. It's personal.
Yeah.
AI doesn't do that.
Yep.
So, to end today's conversation before we move on to the next one, because Clarissa's getting mad at me because I
We're
keep,
going over time.
I'm going over time,
I
right?
don't think we've ever had this
I don't. Have we ever been on time?
ever since we joined in. We're so sorry.
We're like, you know, those airline services in Africa. We're never on time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there whenever, folks. Don't worry about
The
it.
three
Right?
of us is not really a combination that speaks concise.
No.
Yeah. We're always so, we have a lot to talk about. We talk
Yeah.
and talk, we don't stop.
So we're going to summarise it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The winners, AJ was
AJ's
Close.
spot on.
pretty spot on,
Yeah.
right? If you're not going to use AI, folks, I'm sorry, go find another.
Yeah. You
Job.
lose the edge.
Right? You'll lose the edge, right? You're not going to go broke, right? But you're not going to boom, right? What we're suggesting is what we've done at the Camel, what AJ's done. I know what others are doing. What Duda is just crazy, what you'll see in the next few months, right? But hybrid,
Yes.
you know, go halfway. You know, be like a Formula One's got that engine that sits on the side, and so they've got their normally aspirated engine, then they've got their electronic bloody sucks power from the disc brakes, all this stuff thing that'll give them that burst of power, right? I can't remember what it's called. DRS, right? DRS. Yeah, welcome to Mike. What's that? What happened?
Hang on, and it's gone.
Are we still there?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are.
What was that?
Sir James working
John,
on
what are you
something.
doing? I was all confused then. So, folks, summarise. Go hybrid. All right?
Use the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. But then what it does, upskill. You want to be that $371,000 a year engineer, upskill. And AI will give you the additional time to upskill.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, again, I look at our kids and I look in the last 2 years how much they've grown because we give them time. Now, the last 9 months, we're going to give them more time because we're just going to continue to use AI, automation, to do the dull and boring stuff.
Yep.
So we can all get better at the really good stuff. And that's the stuff that makes you money.
Yeah. Use AI as a reference point for a competition. Be better than AI.
Yeah,
That way, you can offer more to your customers. This is what we can do that AI can't. But for the bits that makes sense, here's AI for that.
Yeah,
we go.
it's not the point of you're having AI run your company, but
No.
you as a company,
That's
you're
dumb.
using AI
By
to
the
help
way.
your company.
I agree.
Yeah.
One last thing on this. Apple, who one of our major sponsors, Apple, right? You know the Vision Pro thing?
Yeah.
They're not selling them.
Why?
They're too expensive. Right? I read this thing,
Similar to what
and
happened.
it's just not selling. The poor company in China, it's 25% of what they predicted. Now, what does that prove? They went on data,
Yeah.
right? They thought, all the stupid people out there will spend $3,800 on a headset.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's driven by data. If it's also AI that's using it, of course it will work. But you're selling it to humans.
Yeah.
Humans, they have their own decisions.
No.
They have their own
And
things to do.
All they said, great idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
The practicality of the product itself
Yeah.
is, well, who will use that on a daily basis?
Yeah.
I won't. It's probably going to be fun for a couple of hours, but
And then you get bored of it.
Yeah.
It's like the data doesn't lie. It's useful, but
yeah.
the data isn't always right.
The interpretation, the human insight,
Yeah, I reckon if it was $500,
probably.
they'll sell me.
Yeah, because it's fun.
Like, I don't play games.
Yeah.
Do you play games?
I do. Yeah.
You play games? Okay. So, I reckon it'd be a bit of a buzz to be immersed in the game
Yeah.
with AI and with VR, virtual reality. Yeah. I'd pay money to do that if it was me. Right? I'm not a game player, but I like the MotoGP game,
Yeah.
but I don't play it. The only game I play is golf. Right?
That has been happening in the game industry. The first set of the VR headset, it was so expensive, only a few people use it, and it it died down, and then it got a resurgence because it became more practical, more cost effective, and you'll see many people playing now with the VR headset.
Yeah.
So, at first launch, if it's expensive, data is good, but practicality, humans have other things to do.
Technically, yeah.
Apple should listen to our live stream.
Yeah, they should.
If you're out there, what's their CEO's name? Can't remember. I'm available.
Love it.
Okay?
Yeah. We need Max.
We need the thing. We work cheap. All right, now what we want to talk about is, drum roll please, Clarissa's Duda app chat.
Yeah. You
Right.
remembered to do
Now,
that.
Clarissa has gone ape over this thing. She reckons it's pretty good. What's it called again?
SEO
Duda app chat.
opportunity.
Sightseer?
There you go.
Is it Sightseer?
No,
Oh,
this
it's
one.
this.
This one.
It's SEO opportunity.
Yes, Sightseer.
Made by sites.
Where is it again?
This one.
Sightseer. Focus on your biggest opportunities first so you can save time and money. SEO opportunities.
There we
Thank you,
go.
Jamar, for bringing it up. Now, according to Clarissa doesn't listen to data.
Yeah.
She goes by her gut. Right? Clarissa likes it. How many stars do you give this? 5. 5 stars? My God. They should send you a free one for this. Right? Anyway, this is on the Duda app chat, and right, we can see better and focus in, can you believe this, as little as 3 to 12 weeks, you can see a big change. Key benefits are analyses your website's performance on Google search results, provides recommendations based on the information collided. By following these recommendations, you can improve your website's buildability, and away we go. Now, it's quite cheap, actually. Am I right, Clarissa? It's cheap. The basic plan is $5 a month, and the Pro is $25 a month. How many sites does that give you?
Since it's an app, it's per site.
Per site? Yeah, but if you're getting a lot of improvement,
Yeah.
is that per month?
Per site per month. Yeah.
First
Per site per month.
Yep.
Well, see, it's good value if it works. And Clarissa likes it.
If it's a big business, $25 a month, it won't make a dent.
Okay, so we're giving 5-star Clarissa thumbs up. Clap, please. Right, Judah, App Store, chat. Now, while we're on SEO, let me just say, this is a segue.
Yeah.
You like the way I've segued into it? Right? I'm pretty good. Billy and MJ, who head up the digital marketing team of TheCamel. Now, you've got the AI part, which is this beautiful thing that Clarissa just invented. But then you've got all this data. And you know what you need? Humans. Then, to make it even better. And guess which humans we've got? Billy and MJ and the whole damn team. Google certified. These kids are Google partners, right? We don't want to brag.
They're really good.
Let's just
They're
drop
good
some
at
big
what they
names.
do.
Yeah.
We're a Google partner.
They're
Sorry.
really good.
Just adding that.
But they do basic getting SEO set up. They do, what is the other thing they do? Fast start, whatever it is, right? But the digital marketing team of TheCamel, hello. They are good at what they do, especially local SEO. And when you work about it, folks, most average websites, if you're in Carlton, you want to be known in Carlton. You don't care about Bundaberg in Queensland, right? You want to be local, right? If you're selling pizzas in Carlton, you want to be the #1 pizza joint in Carlton.
When people in Carlton are like, where can I buy pizza? You
Yeah.
want to be on that list.
Thank you, Jamar. Jumpstarter, SEO in a box. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Right, and this is all on www.thecamel.co. Lots of things. MJ, Billy, great blokes. Their team, legendary, and they will answer questions for you. Now, Clarissa, what's the special offer? Special offer for all our millions of viewers. Where is it? Jumpstart. How are we doing it, Clarissa? What are we doing? Yeah. How much? What is it normally? You're kidding.
Yeah.
$15 less.
Yes.
What's your name? Santa Claus.
So for our viewers,
For our viewers, folks, $15 just for today. Right? So get on there. You'll see it on Facebook. Yes?
Yep.
Clarissa, is it on Facebook? Special offer? Oh, only for the live. If you're live, it's here. If you're dead tomorrow, I'm sorry about that. Rest in peace. All right, so I think we've done it. I've done everyone, and I better stop. Okay, thank you very much for being on the live stream. Want to thank our sponsors. Cream Silk, JW.org, Guess, Harley Davidson, KTM, McDonald's, Dream Puffs, Lobby Lipeno. Can I have that? We've got a new one. Bellow. Can you zoom in on that? Bellow.
let's do the influencer style.
What does that stuff do? It's whitening.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen. Bellow. When you need sunscreen, folks.
Go back.
Bellow. Go Bellow. Go Bellow. All right? Anyone you want to thank? J-Mar? J-Mar doesn't want to thank anyone.
We just want to thank Sir J-Mar for all the efforts for the live.
Actually, if we had a hearing aid company, because he'll need one if he keeps listening to me. So I want to give love to my beautiful Murmy, my awesome Annie, everyone that watched us this morning. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Don't forget, special shout out to Duda because they power us. And we're excited. We're looking forward to next week. You have a great day. See ya.
Bye.